It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. All that and more coming up next.
One of the best smelling parking lots in the NFL. The tailgating's over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know, to a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from KC. Oh, he's got room past the 30. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they spin to the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up now for down and 4. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he'll get there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. This ahead 2, maybe 3. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, brings him down for a loss.
He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Here's Pacheco. And he will power his way into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Stroud begins with a pass. He locates the open man. That's Christian Kirk. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
That's complete to the rookie's 2nd-round pick. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. It is a big-time play for Houston. 32 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Trent McDuffie right there with the tight defensive coverage.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Kirk is the motion man. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. A second effort, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, here's Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. A handoff, running left, it's Pacheco. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Man in motion is Brown. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Texans offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. To the left side, and caught by Schultz.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They will work the middle with Mixon. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Mike Dana shuts that one down. Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught, left side, it's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and that will lead to a 2nd down. Here's a give running left with Mixon. A gain of 16 yards. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
On second down, Stroud. His throw left side, taken in by Kirk. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Stroud. Off he goes. And he's going to slide down with the first down inside the 5. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. And this time, he's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Extra point attempt still to come. He's got it. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. First down throw there is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Got a man over the middle, it's Worthy. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
On third down, Mahomes. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Texans who have the early lead. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Gray is the motion man here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
They get 18 on that one. First down, KC.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
On second down, Mahomes. And he will score. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jaden Hicks on the tackle. Second down and 8. Now whistles, play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down. Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
So, on fourth down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Chiefs offense getting set to get back to work. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Mahomes now out of the gun here on third down. This is intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
First and 10. On the ground, it's Mixon. Second and 7. Stroud gonna set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Here's a run. And he's going the wrong way, dropped back at the 7.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Here's Stroud. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Fourth down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
From the gun, here's Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, it will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
First down throw, Mahomes. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
On second down, Pacheco. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice combination of vision, patience, and speed by the running back here. The vision to see the hole, the patience to let the blocks unfold, and then the speed to hit it and pick up a nice gain.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Throwing now, Mahomes. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes now on 2nd down. He connects with Gray on that one. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They put Kelsey in motion. On first down, it's Mahomes. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. That is caught by the tight end, Noah Gray. Touchdown, KC. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Butker now for the point after. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's going to run it. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one?
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
They'll try to set up the screen here.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the gun, here's Stroud. To the left side, and caught by Schultz. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Stroud to throw. This one complete to Jordan. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now, Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3.
Barring some type of disaster with that big pass pickup, it puts them in position now where they feel like they can at least walk away with points off this drive. I just feel like it has to be 6. I feel like anything less than that will be a letdown.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Stroud. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Kindly Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans cut the deficit down to 1.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Four seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now, Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon.
This is a great example, Mike, of playing zone defense at a high level. They're trying to threaten him. They're trying to put 2 guys in his zone and see which guy he's going to choose. In this case, they try to out-leverage him into the flat. He's not having it. He brings him down for no gain.
On second down, Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. Give him 13 on that screen play and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Stroud. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They get 14 on that hookup. First down for Houston.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and They get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Stroud. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
Quick throw here is complete.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Now Stroud. To the right side, and Kurt's got it. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Texans will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
First down throw, Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Third and a yard. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They put Kelce in motion. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. It's second down.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
They put Kelce in motion. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Here's 2nd and 6. They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Gray. And he's in! Noah Gray! Touchdown, Kansas City. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Now Butker to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will up the lead to 5. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Stroud to throw here on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They were not fooled on defense, saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. That's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. Here's Xavier Worthy and his Kansas City teammates getting set for their next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll put a receiver in motion right. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They go play action with Mahomes. Open man downfield, it's Rice. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On first down, it's Mahomes. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. He's got his man Brown. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw again. There's that man again. Another catch. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Throwing again. It's Mahomes. Working the right side. Taken in by Rice.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Chiefs. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Butker now to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Berrios on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Texans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. Open man, downfield. It's Nico Collins. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Throwing is Stroud. That is incomplete.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
Here's a toss, right side to Mixon. Now they are in business, inside the 15-yard line.
With this guy's athleticism, Mike, you can see why they love getting him out into open space. And the toss is one of the quickest and easiest ways to do it. And anytime his guys on the outside hit their blocks and spring them, he can get to the 2nd level in a hurry.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Chiefs' offense headed back to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Here's a toss to Pacheco. 14 on the pickup, and the Chiefs have a 1st down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. That's complete to Rice. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And he's in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs are going to extend their lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the gun, here's Stroud. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Stroud. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Stroud going to set up to throw. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Stroud. Got his man, it's Kirk. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Stroud to the left side into the hands of Collins. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player, and when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
That's incomplete. Daring Paul on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
A 4th downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious as we say so long from Arrowhead.